Hey guys, my name's Vinny. So I was working with these smart guys on the Wimo project. Wimo is the first wireless Wi-Fi based wine monitoring system. It allows people with amazing collections of wine to make sure that their wine collections don't go bad and they can keep track of it. So the guys that have built this project are Charles, Ben, Vinny, and some guy. Oh, sorry, George. These guys are from Conctr Academy. They've done an amazing job. I am worried for my job, to be honest. But yeah, I'll hand it over to them for them to explain to you exactly how it works.
Hi, I'm Charles. I worked on some of this CSS pre-processing, environment variables, authentication, and did some of the documentation.
G'day, I'm Ben. I had a pretty big hand in the design. I had quite a lot to do with the login page, authentication.
Hi, I'm George. I am from Conctr Academy as well. I've had a hand in grabbing the data that was coming in from C1.
Hey, I'm Vinny. I've worked on a lot of the interactions with the Conctr API. We've been working on an app for them for the past 4 weeks, and yeah.
And the app that we've built is called Wimo, and the point of Wimo is to monitor environmental conditions inside a wine cellar. Like all great applications, this one starts with a problem. The best way to illustrate the problem, I guess, is with an example that I've lived myself a few weeks ago. We had some friends over to dinner, and I brought out a 20-year-old bottle of wine that I'd been saving for 2 decades, and was very excited to open it. I opened it, and unfortunately what we found was that the wine had not been stored correctly, and it was embarrassing for me and a real disappointment for everybody sitting around the table, because we were all very excited to try some really exquisite wine, and there was nothing to try. So from that experiences and similar experiences that we've all had, we figured that being able to control and monitor the environmental conditions in a wine cellar was a problem that we wanted to solve. Factors that can damage wine. So for example, if your wine that's being stored goes outside a certain range, some say it's around 10 to 15 degrees, others say 15 to 22 degrees, then it's much more likely to be damaged, especially if it's sealed by a cork. So once that damage occurs, there's no going back. You can't fix it, obviously. So it's really important to monitor the temperature and humidity in particular, but also light levels and everything else in your wine cellar. As has been said before, you can't control what you can't measure, and if you don't measure the quality of the environment in your wine cellar, then you can expect to have ruined wine.
Yeah, this is the C1 that we're using for our app.
The way that we do it is using an Internet of Things device called the Conctr C1. The Conctr C1 is a device that monitors humidity, light, temperature, movement, volatile organic compounds, and a number of other things, and it proved perfect for the use case that we had for it.
So yeah, in terms of the toolkit that we're using React for the front end because Conctr handles all of the back end as their platform. That's kind of the point of Conctr, that you don't have to worry about any of that, you just do the front end stuff. We're using Material UI for all of the buttons and the components and stuff. We're using Victory to graph all of it, which is a library for D3. And yeah.
And the functionality, we can once we log in, we can show some of the functionality.
Yeah.